If you're struggling with fertility and you've heard about Ozempic babies, then it's crucial to watch this video. When considering Ozempic for weight loss, it's important that you get the unfiltered truth. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to make an informed decision about Ozempic when it comes to your fertility, potentially saving you time, money, and emotional stress on your path to conception. What Ozempic does to your fertility will shock you, and it will change your approach to family planning. I'm a natural fertility expert, and this is my surprising discovery about Ozempic. Ozempic babies are everywhere. They're all over social media. Women are sharing stories about conceiving after years of struggle, crediting Ozempic for their newfound fertility. It almost sounds too good to be true, so it's worth diving into what's really going on. Ozempic was developed for type 2 diabetes and has gained popularity as a new weight loss drug. Now it's making waves in the fertility world, but the buzz around Ozempic babies is concerning. First, we're dealing with a drug that is not being used as intended. The long-term effects of Ozempic, especially on fertility and pregnancy, aren't fully understood yet, and we don't have enough research on humans or growing babies to declare it's safe during pregnancy. Second, the stories you're seeing on social media are just someone's stories. They're not controlled scientific studies. While these experiences are valid for the women that are posting them, they're not the whole truth. Lastly, focusing solely on miracle stories, ignoring potential risks and side effects. Trust me, there are risks we need to talk about. So before jumping on the Ozempic bandwagon, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture, to separate fact from fiction and understand what Ozempic does to your body and fertility. So the nitty-gritty of how Ozempic works is, it's a peptide called GLP-1. It tricks your body into thinking that you're full. It slows the stomach emptying and it reduces your appetite by sending constant "you are full" signals to your brain. Naturally, your body produces GLP-1, but it wears off quickly. With Ozempic, the GLP-1 response is there much longer. This leads to significant weight loss, and that's where the fertility connection comes in. Weight and fertility are closely linked. If your BMI gets too high or too low, communication signals between your brain and your ovaries is affected, and that disrupts ovulation. So when women lose weight on Ozempic and get an improvement in their metabolic health, it leads to better fertility outcomes. Ozempic doesn't directly boost fertility. It's just addressing the underlying issues stopping fertility in the first place. But it's not all roses. Ozempic comes with potential side effects that we can't ignore. Studies have shown that it can lower testosterone levels in men, potentially affecting sperm production. In women, there have been cases where Ozempic reduced hormone levels so much that ovulation and menstrual cycles stopped completely. Also, the rapid weight loss from Ozempic can lead to muscle loss and nutritional deficiencies, both of which can impact fertility and the health of a potential pregnancy. So while it might seem like a fertility miracle, the reality is much more complex. Ozempic improves fertility indirectly through metabolic support, but also introduces variables that can hinder fertility. We're friends, so I'm going to be honest with you. When I started researching Ozempic and its effects on fertility, I was skeptical, expecting to find clear evidence that was harmful to fertility and should be avoided at all costs by anyone trying to conceive. But after deep diving into the research, hearing personal stories, and understanding the mechanism of the drug, my opinion shifted. And what I'm about to say might surprise you as much as it surprised me. Ozempic doesn't ruin your fertility and should be considered in some cases. I was shocked by my revelation. Ozempic has a place in fertility treatment, but it's not for everyone, and it's not a magic pill. My opinion really changed after I read that people were microdosing GLP-1 or Ozempic to treat their inflammation, reduce their anxiety, restore their gut health, and reverse the symptoms of PCOS. And I've been really amazed to see this work clinically, with patients saying their pain is reduced, their head feels clear and lighter, they have little or no desire for their previous cravings of sugar, alcohol, and other addictions. Which raises the question, could we be using this drug in smaller amounts to really support our health and get into a better place to prepare to fall pregnant? Currently, people are being prescribed large doses quite quickly. They're experiencing all the gastrointestinal upsets, and much lower dose might be seeing people avoid these reactions and further reduce their risk of nutritional deficiencies. Here's how I see it. For women struggling with obesity-related infertility or metabolic issues, Ozempic can be a useful kickstart. It can get your BMI to a point where the ovulation restarts and get you into a healthier weight range, significantly improving your chance of conception. Notice how I said a kickstart. It should be only used as a kickstart. It's not a long-term solution, and it's certainly not without risks, especially if you're having high doses. If you're considering Ozempic to improve your fertility, I would recommend using it under close medical supervision to get into a healthier weight range, and once you reach your goal, stop. Then take 3 months to prepare for conception, allowing your body to stabilize and ensure that the drug is out of your system. In the 3-month preparation months, focus on diet and exercise to maintain your weight and address any nutritional deficiencies that may have occurred due to the rapid weight loss. The final thing to consider is working on any underlying emotional and psychological factors that may have contributed to the weight gain in the first place. Don't skip this last step. 70% of people regain their weight within a year of stopping Ozempic, and it's because it doesn't address the root cause of the weight gain. It's crucial to use the time on Ozempic to develop healthier habits that you can maintain long term. And that's it. The truth about Ozempic and fertility is more nuanced than a viral social media post. It's not a fertility cure-all, but it's also not the fertility destroyer as others fear. It's a powerful tool for fertility, particularly amongst those with obesity, inflammation, and other metabolic disorders. But it's just a tool, not a replacement for a healthy lifestyle, balanced nutrition, and addressing the underlying causes of fertility issues. And everybody is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. Your fertility journey is unique and deserves a personalized, comprehensive approach. I mentioned earlier that BMI can influence how often you ovulate. The truth is, our ovulation can change month to month based on lots of different factors. Knowing when you ovulate is crucial to getting pregnant faster, and too many people are getting it wrong. In my next video here, I'll reveal the easiest ways to track your ovulation. They are so simple, you will never struggle to pinpoint when you ovulate again.